Over at the New Jersey Pack, there's going to be a brand new show with Frank Sinatra and Peggy Lee with some wonderful, wonderful singers in it. And one of them is Rachel Price. Rachel, hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up singing jazz primarily. I fell in love with it when I was really little and sang it a lot around the house with my dad and my sisters. My sisters both sang as well. And that led me to going to the New England Conservatory to study jazz voice. And that's where I met my bandmates in Lake Street Dive, and sort of we forged a different path from jazz. And now I have a do it, many things like performing in concerts like this. I have a duo with a guitar player who writes original jazz material, and then sing with Lake Street Dive.
And how is your band well known? Like, what are the songs that brought it to prominence?
Um, Good question. I think probably our first big song was a song called "Go Down Smooth," and then we had a song called "Good Kisser" that kind of put things got bigger for us after that song.
What are you singing in the Frank Sinatra Peggy Lee production?
I'm singing a few sort of iconic Peggy Lee songs. I'm singing like Blue Prelude, for example, which other people have sung, but I think Peggy's version is pretty definitive. I'm also singing a song that Paul McCartney wrote for Peggy Lee specifically, which I had never heard.
Oh.
And it's really interesting because it sounds like a song that Peggy Lee would sing, but it also sounds just like a Paul McCartney song because he wrote it specifically for her. So that'll be fun.
If you had to choose a song or cycle of songs that says who you are, what would they be?
Oh, wow. I guess if that's a cool, crazy question. I guess I would say the Ella Fitzgerald Rogers and Hart collection. Specifically that.
Um, what are your favorite songs to sing?
Uh my favorite songs to sing are anything that tells a story, anything that has sort of a eclectic range of emotions. It's something that has humor, something that has sadness. That's kind of why I'm attracted to the American Songbook, because they encapsulate all of those emotions into one song, and so you get to sort of be theatrical in sort of a subtle way.
What kind of jobs would you like to take on? Like, where would you like to sing? Where do you see your voice going?
Mm. Um, well, I mean, as far as Lake Street Dive, I see us kind of continuing in the path that we're on. But as far as being a jazz singer, I kind of would love to just sing in clubs in New York for the rest of my life.
Where else can we see you perform?
With Lake Street Dive, our next show is in September. It's at Madison Square Garden, which is very exciting
Nice.
for us. Yeah, and then my other project, which is called Rachel and Vilry. Vilry is the guitar player and also a wonderful singer. We play all around. We have some tour dates on the books right now. You just have to check our website,
And what is your website?
rachelandvilry.com.
And what would you like our audience listeners to know about you?
Um, just that I love to sing, and I hope that they come to the show because I'm really, really excited about all the other performers on that show.
Ah, speaking of, um, who did you admire and who did you listen to growing up?
My first love was Ella Fitzgerald. I started copying her when I was 5 years old, and I fell in love with a lot of different singers after that. Sarah Vaughan, Peggy Lee was one of my favorites, and Doris Day. Those were probably like my biggest inspirations growing up. And then I got really into soul music, and I listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder and Donny Hathaway and Aretha Franklin. And since then, it's just gone from there.
And if you could have a songwriter write for you, who would you want to write for you?
Burt Bacharach.
That might be hard.
Yes,
Uh,
sadly, he's passed. But if it could be anyone, that's who it would be.
if you could pick somebody contemporary, who would it be?
Somebody contemporary. Um, I don't know. That's I'm such an old fashioned person.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing your show, and we wish you the best with it.
Thank you so much.